What is good, YouTube? It's nightfall, raven nightfall, and I'm back with another video. Haven't really worked out the title for this one. I just wrote down a few things. I'm pretty sure I'll figure out the title before I upload the video, obviously. So, based on the title, that's what the video is about. Nah. Basically, it's just about manifestations and just what we don't consider, you know, when waiting for our manifestations to come into fruition. Oh, I think that could be it, but we'll see. So yeah, I'll just go into it like so basically what happens is when you come to find that oftentimes, right, when you manifest something, you get really impatient because either one, it goes really slow, like that's coming to life like in a very slow manner, and you feel like you might have wasted all that energy or attention you spent on manifesting things. Manifestation really does work, like to a point where like it will shock you when you start to actually notice your manifestations coming into fruition, because sometimes our manifestations may come into fruition but not in the manner that we had hoped for. So then we think it didn't happen, then we're like, bruh, I can't manifest or whatnot. But like manifestation really does work. So if you do notice and realize that like it's not always going to come to fruition how you expect it to, you know, it's going to come to fruition how spirit or the spirits or your ancestors want it to come into fruition for you in a manner that, like, I guess can work with you, you know, hence this video. So mainly it has to do with alignment, right? When you manifest something, it's a matter of first having to come into alignment with that thing that you manifested, right? So you could find that you manifest maybe a job, right? And you start losing friends, maybe your car crashes, and then you start thinking, holy shit, like what is happening? Why is my life falling apart? All I want is a fucking job. But why are all these things happening? You get me? And that can really tear a person down. Like, it can literally tear a person down. Or you find that while you're manifesting this job, it takes a lot longer than you expected. Maybe you wanted this job within like the next 2 weeks because you really needed cash, but then you get this job maybe after 2 years. You get me? And you've had to go through so many things before you could get that job. It's not a matter of you are being punished or whatnot. It literally is just that the universe or the spirits or spirit had to put you into alignment with that job, you know. So you were out of alignment with what it is that you wanted. Alignment is such a big thing. So you were out of alignment with that job. So maybe if you had gotten that job at the time that you had wanted it, you may have not been able to work in a manner where you can, I guess, get promoted, or you wouldn't have been able to perform at your best. But yeah, when you find yourself manifesting something, and then things just seem to just be towering down, you're just having this huge tower moment and things are just going bad from start to end, and you're just wondering what the fuck, they steal your phone, they steal your car, you lose your friends and all that. It's not a matter of you being punished before you can get that. It's a matter of those things needed to go in order to put you into alignment with that job. Maybe you needed to be alone, you know. Maybe you needed to be alone, spend some time at home, sit down, meditate, and just get into who you are. Maybe you needed to throw something away that was causing you heaps of bad luck. Like, you might have picked up a rock somewhere and like it's in your room, and you know the spirits don't know how to tell you that, but then now in order for you to get rid of this rock, you have to lose your house and then move into another house, because they know when you move out you're not going to take that rock with you, but it's in your room. So nobody knows how to tell you, yo, take this rock and throw it away because it's literally causing you bad luck. That shit happens. So if they don't know how to tell you that, they will literally remove it for you in the most painful ways. It's gonna hurt, but it's all for a good like reason. And then you find maybe you move into a different house, maybe your friend's house, because you can't pay for rent anymore, and then this job starts, you know, they call you and they tell you, yo, you have an interview, you go there, they tell you everything, now your life is getting back on track, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? But then you don't realize that you'd had to remove certain things and certain people in order for you to get that job, because maybe certain people that would have been in your life would have persuaded you to do a really shit job. Maybe you had friends that liked going out a lot, and then you getting that job, you maybe had to work like seven days a week, like maybe 4 hours a day. I'm just estimating, it's not the truth, but like maybe you had to work 7 days a week and you get like 1 day off, and then you have to work another 7 days and 1 day off. But then your friends want to party on a Friday, they want to party on a fucking Saturday, and then on a Sunday they want to hang out, and then now you're tempted to fucking quit your job because shit, I miss being with my friends, let me go get a job that requires me to work less hours. But that job that had you working 7 days a week and only getting one off day, I know it sounds weird when I say 7 days a week and getting one off day, but I'm sure you get what I mean. But then, you know, those friends would have been a huge distraction, and you really liked that job, so they had to remove that from your life in order for you to actually do with that job what you had to. You get me? So yeah, that's one thing. Things seem to really fall apart, because I remember whenever, like, I don't know where I got this from, ever since I was a child, whenever I'd manifest something, like let's say I used to love relationships. So if I like somebody and like I had to manifest them, and like I could tell that like I have this thing for this person and I wanted to manifest them, I'd literally tell the universe like, bro, you can take my phone away, like I can lose my phone, it's fine, but just bring me that specific person because I want them, you know. And like I'd find that like I kind of got used to it. I just knew that in order for something to come in, something had to be cleared out to make space for that thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'd always bargain with the universe like, bro, if you wanna take something, you can take my phone, but like just bring me that person over there because I really like them. It's crazy, but like that's what I used to do. Or what's interesting is it doesn't always have to take stuff away. Sometimes it has to bring something in. And a good example of that is a baby, you know? So you might find that, still I'm gonna use the job as an example. So you might find that like you want a certain job or you want a certain position at work, and then you're manifesting getting this position or getting this job, and it's just not happening. It seems to not be happening at the time. And it's maybe you're a woman, you get pregnant, and you're like, ha, bro, what are you doing? Why are you making me pregnant? I already don't have money. I'm already wanting to find a way to make more money, and now you're bringing in somebody that I have to financially like care for when I don't have enough finances to care for myself. You get me? But you find that that baby was brought into your life to teach you responsibility. Maybe you're a very irresponsible person, you know, or not as responsible with your finances as you should be. So they had to bring this baby. Maybe you're pregnant or you're a guy and your girlfriend is pregnant. Now you have to take care of this child, and now you know, I need to be smart. Because you notice how when a person has a child, they tend to like just level up maturity wise. So it's like they bring that child into the world, so you learn that now I'm taking care of more than just myself, bro. Like I'm doing something that's bigger than me, so I need to be more careful. So I always find that people find their paths when they have a child. Always. Most of the people that I know, like mentors and stuff, a lot of them found like began walking more courageously and more confidently on their path after having had a child. So I'm like, oh, I see what the universe is doing. I see what these niggas are doing. I see. So yeah, it doesn't always have to take stuff away. Sometimes it brings stuff in and you're like, but this is too much for me to handle. Whatever it is that it's bringing in is here to teach you responsibility. You get me? So, or you find that maybe you had come into alignment with that thing before you even manifested it. So now that you've manifested it, and now that it's coming into fruition, you're like, shit, I met you 5 months ago, and now this thing that I was manifesting is starting to come into fruition, and I just found out that you can actually help me out on it. So like, let's say you meet someone 5 months ago who does something and they haven't told you about it, right? They haven't told you that they do that specific thing, and now you're manifesting this thing, and you're thinking it's not coming to fruition, and it's 5 months later, it starts to unravel. And you find yourself talking to this person about this thing that's unraveling, like, yo, dog, I've been manifesting this, and now it's coming to fruition. You know, I just need to get this and this and this together, but I don't know where to start. And that person's like, whoa, I can do that for you. I do that stuff. And you're like, oh shit, for real? Yeah, I've known you for 5 months and I didn't know. But now that I know because it's the right time. Now I need to know. Everything happens how it's supposed to when you're in alignment. So you find that you were already in alignment with that thing and now it's coming into fruition before you manifested it, because the spirits and your ancestors, whoever's there for you spiritually, knew before you manifested that thing that you was about to manifest that fucking thing. So they were like, let's get you prepared, because the spiritual realm, or the spirits, and like just the divines that intervene within our lives, do not work on the same time that we do. To them, time does not exist. To them, it literally, I feel like, just a disclaimer though, I'm not an expert on anything that I talk about. I just talk about it from my personal experience. The information downloads that come to me is what I speak of, you know? So if it resonates, it resonates. So anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? The spirits do not work on a time thing, because time does not exist in the spirit realm. It only exists here. So they work based on how much in alignment you are, how many lessons you've learned, how prepared are you for that next phase of your life, how prepared are you for that thing that you're manifesting. So which is why you find that whenever you're manifesting things, no, not manifesting, whenever you're going through life and you meet people, you find that you're meeting the same people over and over again. And like, you're just, say you're manifesting a relationship, right? So as you're manifesting this ideal partner that you want, you keep on like being brought these people, the same person, just in a different body, you know? And that's not what you want, but that's constantly what's coming to you. That's literally an indication that like, there's a lesson you have not learned. So before we can give you what you want, be here, you know, learn this lesson, understand what it is that you need to understand from this interaction with this specific kind of person. So they keep on bringing you the same person over and over again, just in different bodies, until you can understand what it is that you need to understand from those connections. You will keep on repeating the same thing over and over and over again, because that specific thing that your heart aches for, that specific thing that you want, you're not prepared for it, you know? So there's a lesson that you have to learn, which is why you always, whatever it is that happens, you know, I know I sound like a hypocrite saying this, because I tend to not do this either, but then when you experience something, or when you're somewhere, or when you're in a certain phase of your life, be there for the experience. Be aware of what's going on. Be aware of how that experience, or those people, or that person is making you feel, how they're making you feel. Be aware of how they trigger you. Be aware of, you know, the things that they do that make you happy. Be aware of the things that they do that make you unhappy. Be aware of the questions you ask yourself whenever you're around them. Be aware of how you question yourself when you're around those people, because those things could be great indicators, especially when you notice a repeated cycle with the same people coming into your life over and over again. You just really need to pay attention to that. Like, how are these people making me feel? Why are they making me feel the way that I feel? You know, so you can realize that, okay, there's a lesson here, and in order to find that lesson, but that's going to be a different video, but in order to find out what that lesson is, go back to why this is making you feel the way that it's making you feel, why it's affecting you the way that it's affecting you. That way you may figure out what the problem is, you know, notice the lesson, learn the lesson, and then move along. Then you can start, you know, things can start, you get me? So moral of the story is, when manifesting, things will not always come into fruition the way that we envision or the way that we expect, because first we need to be prepared for what it is that we're manifesting. So it's like, you're not just gonna buy a puppy and you have no idea on how to raise a puppy. That would be really dumb. So the spirits in the universe know that this person is ready for this, but they're not ready for this. So in order to get them ready for this, we need to do this to them. We have to put them through this. You know what I'm saying? Preference is not always a comfortable thing. So it's always going to be uncomfortable when your manifestations begin to come into fruition. You may feel like things are falling apart. You may feel like your life is just going to shit, but it really is not. It's just preparing you. So it's preference. You always have to be prepared for what you're manifesting. There's a question to ask yourself, a question that I always ask myself. If your manifestations were to come to fruition today, would you be prepared? So now ask yourself that when you start to get impatient and when you start to feel like things are falling apart. And that will also help you recognize what it is that you need to be prepared for. Like, what it is that you need to prepare, and what it is that you need to remove, what it is that you need to bring. You get me? So that way you're kind of meeting the universe halfway, and your lessons won't be so hard because you're helping them. So if they have to do 90 or 100% of the work, you're gonna go through it. You're gonna cry. It's gonna hurt. You get me? So if you meet the universe halfway, or if you meet the spirits halfway, you know, shit's gonna work out a little easier. You know, not that you don't want it to work out easier. We all want to learn lessons, but learn it in a manner that will completely teach you. That way you can move on from it, and you don't have to keep, you know, trying to maybe learn just a specific part of that lesson that you didn't realize the previous time. You get me? So yeah, I think I'm done. I think I spoke about everything. But yeah, please keep in mind, your manifestations will always require preference. You can't manifest being a billionaire if you're somebody who does not like to even lift a finger. But I hope this video helped somebody. I may have left this on a very weird note, but yeah, I feel like I've said enough. I feel like I said all that I needed to. Yeah, I hope you got the message and this was well received. So good luck on manifesting. Manifestation is a powerful thing. Just understand what has to come with it. Shout out to watching this video and making it till the end if you did. And yeah, let me know how it went by leaving a like or a comment or whatever you feel. Shout out. Thank you.